here from mygreatchallenge.blogspot.com. Guess what? It's done. The office is done. I started the last week in January. Today is the third week in September. It took almost 10 months. Granted, there were some times where I didn't do anything. I didn't work on the office for like 3-4 weeks at a time. But basically today I finished, and I still have some paint on my fingernails because I just did a frame, which you're gonna see in a second. So a lot of you have asked for me to do a before and after. I've kept all the footage from the original videos, all of it, everything that I've done. I'm not going to re-edit all of it into a shorter thing. I think I'm just going to insert the before tour footage, and that's it. And then I'm going to give you a final grand tour of everything that's been done here in the office. Then I have a lot of you that have asked me what was the budget. So there really wasn't a budget in mind because I had no idea how much things were going to cost. But I can tell you this, everything you're going to see has been under $1,000. I think it was between $850 and $1,000. That's how much it cost to redo this office. Most of the expenses were the wood. The wood cost a lot. The large bookcase was about $400. The two smaller ones was about $200, so we had $600 already. There was $180 worth of wood for the mahogany countertop, and then everything else was scrap wood that I used, like when I did the cabinet underneath the counter for the printers. That was scrap wood, and then the rest was just basically paint and stain, and that was it. The tools I had already. The nails I had to buy. Some of the screws I had to buy. So yeah, it was between $850 and largely under $1,000. So if you ever have a project like this you want to do in your office, if this is the first time you've watched any of my videos and you watch one of my before and after tours, check down below or right here in the corner, there's the link for the entire series, so you can watch everything step by step from the first video, and I think that altogether it's 17 of them. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, so it was under $1,000, and it took 10 months, taking my time. If I had done it every day or every weekend like I had planned on doing, but I got sidetracked with other projects, it probably would have been done in 4.5 months. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm starting my new job, so this is really exciting. I wanted to make sure this was done and behind me before I start employment. So again, 10 months didn't work. I did a lot of stuff in the house. You guys saw that for those of you who watch my channel regularly. So I've been really busy, and I made the most out of my time off. I'm going back tomorrow. I did not want to have the office undone, so I kind of rushed today to finish everything, but it's done and I'm very happy. So here's the before footage, which is taken from one of the first videos that I did, so you can really appreciate the difference in this office. I hope you can really see, well, I know you will, but I hope you understand how much work went into this. So when you walk into the office, this is basically what you see. All right, that's what you see. And then on the right side here, you have my husband's station, and on the left side here, you have my station. All right, so I'm going to start with the corner over there. That makes more sense. Okay, so let me move my husband's big ugly chair. He will not get rid of this chair. I don't know what to do to get rid of it other than just make it disappear. But anyway, we have a window here that looks into the backyard. You probably can see some of the snow. We have a French poster collectible from Indiana Jones that I've had for ages, probably since the movie came out, so that's a long time. And then on this wall right here, I have shelves. And on those shelves, I have, you name it, books, supplies, homework stuff for the kids, knickknacks, a bunch of stuff that I don't know what to do with it, scrapbooking albums here, and then at the bottom here I have a computer bag, a basket, boxes with stuff, another box here with stuff. Then when you move to the left of that bookshelf and, you know, mess here, there's another window that looks onto the neighbors. And one of the things I want to do here is actually, because that's their bathroom right there, and I'm kind of tired of, you know, having to keep the shade down. I want the light in this room. I'm going to put a film on this window here, like one of those opaque film, so that way we can have the window open and they don't see us, we don't see them, and it's perfect. I have this desk here which is a glass desk I had purchased, I think, at Big Lots, with the intention of scrapbooking with it. It's pretty much has been the repository of a whole bunch of crap, which actually has been cleared a couple of weeks ago. So the desk has got to go. It's not staying in here. I'm either going to toss it, donate it, or put it in the kids' room. Not sure yet. I have paper supply here. I have a basket here, a file thing. And then all of my, let me move that chair. I have all of my scrapbooking, kids' toy supplies in there. And that has to be sorted out as well. What I want to do with this particular item here is be able to put it into the scrapbooking closet over there. That would make sense. All right, so that's that desk. That's probably going to be day 2. I'm going to have to do this area here. Then on this side here is my computer space. So again, all of this stuff here needs to be sorted out, and I have to take down all of the shelves, because remember, the office is getting painted totally different color. I'm not telling you what color yet. And look at all this stuff here. I have oodles, and there's some attempt at organizing, okay? But it's not working for me at all. There's stuff everywhere. There's a professional scanner here that should be, you know, on a flatter surface. There's some pictures there. I don't know what this is. Oh, look, it's my sister. Hold on. She's covered in dust. There you go. That's my sister in a place in Paris. Anyway, she's older than me, about 10 years. Anyway, so all of this stuff here needs to be cleared out. All of this stuff here needs to be cleared out and sorted out. There's some books in there that I do not use. This needs to be cleared out as well. I have books and binders that I've created of reference stuff that needs to be cleared out. This is old school. This is all the stuff I'm studying right now, and I have some upstairs as well that needs to be reorganized. So over here I have my printer, I have my computer, and you know, a regular desk with more pens over there. Underneath it, more crap. Another one of those. I love it. You know, I have 2 of these hanging file things, and none of them actually have files. Well, they have the file holder, but there's nothing in there. It's pathetic. On this side, I have the closet that I've kind of reorganized already in the past, and that's pretty much my scrapbooking supply. All the papers in there, in basket, all the stamps in there, and I don't even know why I keep them. I have never used those stamps. What happened is that my mother-in-law gave me her collection of stamps, about 200 something stamps. So I kind of organized them by categories. You see that? But I don't use them. So there might be a time where I'm going to have to let go of that stuff and say, hey, you know what? I love you, but I had to sell them. A file cabinet here, which obviously can't close, so that has to be emptied and reorganized. Another box with junk, camera bags, scrapbooking paper, and then 2 boxes that are actually labeled for me and my husband, and those have to be emptied as well, because most of the stuff that's in there is stuff that needed to be filed. But because I have this on top, we never go to there to put stuff in to be filed later on. Make sense? So that has to be emptied. And then on this side here, let me move chairs around again, because again, this is not a big office, is my husband's station. So just to be clear here, I'm not the only one who's a clutter bug in the house. We got a husband here who likes to keep stuff as well. So all of these shelves have to be emptied out, sorted out, purged, and taken down, because that's going to get painted. Same thing here. This thing here is probably not going to stay. He's got 1, 2, 3 computers. He's a graphic designer, that's why. He's got boxes here of stuff that need to be sorted through. This box down there is full of cables. Look at this. Why does he keep all this stuff? I do not know. But we have a computer and electronic junkie here that needs to purge his stuff as well. So here we have a fish tank with a fish. That's my little guy's fish. This name is, I don't know, Scales, I think. That fish would just not die. We've had it for 2 years. I don't know what's going on with that fish. But anyway, in here we got, well, you can tell, CDs, DVDs, bunch of stuff, time capsules. In here is more CDs and some archive, Franklin Covey. And then at the bottom here is more CDs and some office supply and gorgeous picture of me and my husband from a long time ago. Look at that. Yeah. Alright, so put that back in. All of this has got to be sorted out. So you can tell I have my work cut out for me. Okay, so that was the before. You saw there was a lot of stuff that needed to get out of the house. I think altogether, Scott, how many bags did I get rid of? Something like, no, not all of them, something like 17 bags of garbage went out. How do you like the office?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You saw the pictures, the before pictures this week.
Yeah.
Did you have a hard time recognizing it?
Yeah, I did. I had a tough time recognizing what corner.
It was? Because there was so much junk in there?
Yeah.
Alright, so was it a good idea to do it or not?
No. Of course it was.
Get out of here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, alright, get out of here. Well, I've got to do my tour. Okay, so here we go. This is the after tour. So when you come in the office, if you remember, I removed all the carpet and we did the floor. And when I open the door, this is basically what you see. And again, I'm sorry if it's backlit. So this is the counter that I put together with mahogany wood. It's 5 boards, 1 length. It's 1 length of wood. Okay. So on the other side of the countertop, there's this large bookcase that I've built, and everything is anchored to the wall, so this is not movable. And if you remember from previous videos, I have a hidden compartment there that is sealed. I can't open it. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. And in it I have time capsules from the kids and from ourselves, and I also have the ashes of my old dog. And then from the other side here is the closet. Okay, so this is the office at a glance. I'm just gonna turn around and try to give you as many views as possible. And I'm very happy with it. Now, if you're wondering and you don't remember the color, the blue itself is called Come Sail Away by Bear. I have an oar right here. I don't know what to do with it, so I put it there. And the white is just regular bright white. I did replace the fan, if you remember. I'm going to try to hide the glare. You remember the fan? That was a total disaster. I did replace it. I managed to do that. I didn't film it, but this is a white fan. I don't have it on right now because otherwise you would hear it. It does have a little bit of a hum. So, let me see. Let's start with the corner here. On the closet, I didn't add too much. I just basically kind of reorganized a little bit and make the curtain. Now, if you remember, the curtain didn't go all the way down. I was supposed to add fabric to it, but I realized that if I was using the rest of my fabric to lengthen that curtain right here, I would not have enough for this little cubby right here. So I left the curtain the way it is now. And everything in here is pretty much organized. I have all of my boxes of, you know, whatever it is, school supplies, pen, pencils, markers. These are all stamps. That shelf all the way on the top, I don't really use. There's some stuff that's stashed on there, but we don't, like I said, don't use it. These are more stamps. I have a collection of ribbons in here. I did buy this little basket. I said I was going to get rid of every basket, but this one I couldn't resist. It's white and it's perfect for all of the color markers and colored gel pens and pens that I have. Over here I keep the softwares, not that we need them anymore because everything is on download, so that box is probably going to have to go at some point. This is all labeled as well. This is all scrapbooking material. And then I have the memorabilia box for Edward and William, and then scrapbooking paper in there. So now if I wanted to close the curtain, I just remove the tie that I made right here. And I know there's a hook somewhere in here. Here we go. This is actually supposed to go like this. Okay, so if I wanted to, I can just close the curtain. It would go all the way up here instead of going all the way down, but I kind of like it the way it is now. These frames here, I've purchased at Hobby Lobby, and I finally, after 20-something years, put all of my diplomas and degrees in the frames, and I really do like those frames. They were a little bit pricey, but they have this for distressed look on them, and they're all matching. And then there's this baby right here, which is what I did today, and that's a separate video that's coming up right after this one. This was a faux Monet painting. I'm gonna insert a picture of it right here so you can see what I'm talking about. And what I did today was basically put some chalk paint over it. I put 2 coats, and then I sanded it over to give it the distressed look that would somewhat match on the one that's on the frames next to it. And then I glued with a spray glue some cork over it, you know, the cork tiles. So now I have, and yes, life is good right now, I have a memo board where I can, you know, tack whatever. This is also one of those bookcases that is entirely affixed to the wall. So, I mean, you can't just like hang from those things. They are not going anywhere. I have some school supplies on the top, large office supplies here. These are all plastic folders that I have to resort actually. A few of my books, I don't have a lot in the office. Most of the books I keep downstairs in the basement. More supplies here, and then thank you card, fancy pads right here. These are 2 decorative items that I've also upcycled. This one is one of those memo board things that you use, you know, those pins, but it was black. This and the base were black, so I painted them in white to go a little bit more with the frames here. And this is a picture of myself and the kids. That was a bronze, antique bronze color. I also dabbed paint over it to make it, you know, kind of like a little ensemble. So now in the back of my computer screen, I do have one of those letter sorter here, and I do keep, you know, important paperwork of things that I need to sort, but it's behind the screen, it's out of the way. This is the stylus that goes with this thing here, which is a you know, write pad for drawing and design. So that's my computer right here. On the left side here, and that took a whole video, I have every single document that we need in the house. On top is the current one, at the bottom is the archive. Here's my chair with my, you remember I did that, I'm not happy with it. The chairs eventually I'll have to change. My computer's right here, actually this is a new tower I had to buy because my other one crashed. And I put it on a little pedestal here so that way it's not directly on the floor. I'm gonna move this somewhere else. I didn't put anything here yet. I have to decide which pens I want to keep. This is a lamp that was in the guest bedroom. I moved it here. It's beautiful at night when you have just this light in the office. Originally I wanted to put lights underneath the cabinet, but the way I placed them a little bit higher than normal cabinet, when you sit down at your desk, this would actually would have been a distraction to have the lights there. So instead we have just an ambient light candle, and then I'll give you a look at the mahogany countertop. And these are really, really flush. I don't know if you can see, but you cannot put anything in there. This is really, really nice, and this is super solid. This is my husband's side with his 2 computers and his really, really ugly chair, which he will not get rid of. There's nothing I can do about that. He has the larger bookcase, so here's all this stuff. It's not fully organized in here, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. It's solid. I think I had a picture of the kids sitting on it, and it's really, this stuff is not moving, guys. It really isn't. I did put a little valance here. This is the same fabric than you see here and over here. These are actually sheets from Martha Stewart. I did place my husband's painting back on, and it blends perfectly with the walls. I have another valance here, and the large bookcase is right here. So how did I organize this? Basically, the right side here is me, and the left side here is Scott's stuff. All of this are my scrapbooking albums. These are all memorabilia and picture albums that I need to scan and make scrapbooks out of. Same thing here. These are all slides, old negative, old pictures that are either mine or my mom's or my in-laws, and they need to be scanned. So that's the process file basically. This is all even though it says William here, this is all my schooling stuff because I'm almost done with my license, so I have to take the test basically. So all of my schooling and licensing stuff is right here. This is memorabilia, so there's a little bit of everything in here. These belong to my late brother, who was a collector, rather eclectic actually. And this opens up, but I'm not going to pull them out. These are basically, for that reason, you see they're full. They are pieces of walls from around the world. So there's a piece of Tiananmen Square, there's a piece of Madraska something, I don't know what, I can't read his handwriting. There's a piece of the Berlin Wall, there's a piece of the World Trade Center, there's a piece of the Statue of Liberty, there's a piece of Red Square in Russia. There's a lot of different pieces of wall. So that was a collection that he had, and little piece of artwork that he did. That's that. And then these are cookie sheets that I covered, and you can put magnets on them, and that you can use that as a second memo board if you want. So I have a little doodle that my husband did of me, and then picture of the kids here. Batman, of course, because big fan. That's instant from Morocco in a little nest. These are the round playthings that belong to a toy that my firstborn had when he was a kid, and he came from France, and the toy got all destroyed, but I kept those, so I'm keeping them here. Picture of the little guy, picture of Edward, first day of kindergarten. That was a long time ago. And then my little Hello Kitty here. This shelf is not much. It's basically 2 large books that cannot fit anywhere else. This actually has more post-its, a faux Chinese vase, and then, you know, whatever stuff I didn't have room for, I put it over there. All of the camera bags on this side. There's some more frames and artwork here that needs to be put in the house somewhere, but for now I'm keeping it here. These are all music CDs, and all of these are Scott's DVDs. I don't know if you can see. DVDs and CDs that he needs to sort. So we put them in those 2 baskets for now, because I know he doesn't have time to do that. And this is his memorabilia shelf. So he's got the same thing, those 2 cookie sheets that I covered with the magnets, so he puts numbers, things like that on it. This is something that he drew a long time ago based on this little toy here, which we've always liked. This is his graduation, what you call it, school book, so that stays here. This is a model of the ship he was on, that's the USS Independence, with one of his pins when he was in the Navy. And I like this one because it's got a little helicopter here. So, yep, that's that. And then that's his old knife. And all of his, or most rather, of his art and animation books are here. Some magazine that he keeps. Look, the green basket, I didn't get rid of it. I didn't get a chance to go through it, but it's basically like some unassorted electronic stuff, and that can stay there, it doesn't bother me. And at the bottom here is all paper supplies and notebooks. Now this here, I did finish the curtain, which wasn't difficult, but I did run out of fabric, so I had to join the fabric right there. I don't know if you can see the seam. I don't know if you can see it. Well, anyway, there's a seam right there. It's actually 2 pieces put together, and underneath it is the cubby that I built. If you remember that, there was also a video where all the printers and the scanners are on sliding drawers. So that's really, really practical. They're out of sight. We just don't see them and don't use them that often. But when they are not in use, they're out of sight, they're behind that curtain, and when you want to use them, you just basically get this up and pull the drawers. And that's about it. That's the final tour. So I don't know what you think, but I'm very happy with this, except this over here. I really wish he would get rid of it, but right now I'm stuck with it. So yeah, it was a lot of work. I would say that the hardest thing to build was this bookcase here. And I think it's only based on the sheer size of it, because this is really, really, really huge. And it's not moving. It's anchored into the wall at a 90-degree angle, or toe-nailed. It's anchored into the floor. And all the way on top over there, it's anchored into the ceiling, and then all of those here are anchored into the wall this way. These are anchored into each other at an angle as well. So this thing is super, super solid. We love the office. It's been really, really practical. The fact that we have a counter like this rather than having separate desks is keeping things organized for us, and I think we actually communicate a little bit better as well, because when he wants to show me something, instead of having me kind of like turn around the way it was before, I can just slide over, or he can slide over, and we can just like, you know, chit chat, and we're not looking at each other's backs. So I like the way it's set up. I'm thinking about maybe I want to put the door back in. I don't know. I kind of like it the way it is right now. I like the way the floor looks. I could have done a better job at sanding it, because you can see there's like some patches that are lighter than others, and it doesn't really, you know, transition well with the second floor landing, but that's all right. It's super easy to clean. And I'm not kidding. Like this morning I said, you know what, I've got to do this video and get it out of the way. Finish that frame that I just painted and clean the office between the dusting and, you know, kind of like tidying a little bit. I think it took like less than 15 minutes to do this. And before, the office was just about shuffling things from one side of the room to the other. Granted, getting rid of a good 60% of what was in here really helped. If you have a small room like this and you want to make it an office, think twice about bringing something in here. Like seriously, we had so much, it was just crazy. Like it was almost like a mini garage. It was a dumping ground for everything we just didn't know what to do with, and we're too lazy to bring downstairs or get rid of. So this office needed a serious makeover. It's completed now. I'm super happy. I'm going to turn off the light. I'm not sure if it's going to make any difference, but you're going to get to see it in regular daylight without my putting any artificial light in it. So you see that's what it looks like. So when you sit, these are the actually, I'm looking at the viewfinder right now, and I can tell you that these are the natural colors. So it's pretty accurate. So anyway, it was the longest, and I think it was the one that required the most attention. Like I really had to do a lot of measuring, a lot of thinking through the whole project, but I did it, and I'm very happy, and it's right on time for me to go back to work. So yeah, that's it. So that was the final tour. Let me know down below, do you like the transformation? Do you like the colors? Do you like the way I decorated it? Do you like the way I've organized it? You know, just let me know. What do you think about my office, my new office? And I can't wait to start my next project. So now I've asked you guys on the Facebook page what it is that you wanted me to do first. I have 3 things that are, you know, looming over my head right now. Is the 2 bathrooms. I want to paint them and, you know, like really redo them. Super budget, like nothing. I'm not gonna go and buy new bathtubs or anything like this. I'm not renovating them or making them over. I'm just basically cleaning them up, painting, things like this. And then the other one was building a pantry in the boiler room. So it would involve building a wall and then shelving and all of that. So you let me know what you'd like to see me do first. It's probably going to start not next weekend, but the weekend after that. I'm going to start doing my projects on the weekend like I used to when I was working. So yeah, that's not the end of me. Just because I'm going back to work doesn't mean that you're not going to see less videos from me. I'm still going to post. I'm going to try to post on the schedule so that way you know, hey, it's Wednesday, there's a video coming up. I'm going to try. I can't promise. But yeah, that's it. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Give me 2 thumbs up if you like the office makeover. And if you want to, this is the first time you watch this, again, the links are down below or right there in the corner. You can see every single one of the projects I just showed you. All right, there's plenty to see, and it's from literally the minute I walked in here and started decluttering. Matter of fact, I think there's 7 videos just on decluttering this office, and the rest is building stuff. So there's plenty to watch and for your entertainment, and if you need to know how to do certain things, maybe you'll learn as well. Okay, so this was Sophia from mygreatchallenge.blogspot.com. Thank you for watching, guys. Thumbs up again, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.